chalk pastels that I'm using today. They don't have to be this brand, but I think these worked pretty well. When you're done, you want to spray your picture with some hairspray or some spray fix if you have that on hand. And what I'm going to do on this paper is I'm going to draw out what I would be doing in pencil. I'm going to be using a Sharpie marker, so you can just translate that to a pencil. So you always want to draw the sketch underneath what we're drawing first. Remember, it can be a little rough because you're going to be sharpening the lines and erasing what you need to later. Now I'm going to first start off with my main shape, this rounded shape for the cat's head. Now if I also look at the structure of the cat, it's got another structure on its face. It looks like that, on the muzzle. And then we're going to add some lines for the nose. And we're going to add two lines that come from the edges of the nose, curving up the side of this cat's face on both sides like that. This shape here, that's going to help us align our ears and the eyeballs. Okay, so I can start actually just a little bit in, like if I look at the original, this cat is actually looking off to the side, so it's a slight profile, a little bit different than a head-on perspective. So that's why it's a little bit challenging. But I believe in you, so you should be able to do a great job. Okay, I'm going to put my ear there. Notice where it is relative to this line and where it stops here on the head of the cat. The other one I'm going to have coming right off that line that I drew in the center and bring it down to the side of the head. Okay. Now, if I want to get some more details in, I'm going to look at my cat under the nose and drop down on either side. And that's also where this is the mouth going to be right there. So that is perfect. Now, to me, the trickiest part is getting the eyes in correctly. So remember what I taught you if you were in my classes before when we talked about guidelines. Guidelines are what we use to show where things are going to be located, especially when we're drawing a face. So I'm going to draw that curved line across the face of the cat. Then I'm going to draw another curved line. Now I'm just going to have to eyeball this, thinking about how much space is between the top of the head and the top of the eye, and I kind of mapped it out to be right here. So I'm going to draw that in, another curved line across the face, because remember the surface of the face is curved. Okay? Now where I'm going to put these eyes, I'm actually going to imagine that there is one eyeball space here. Now that I'm going to erase. That's just to show me where I'm going to space my eyes. So all my eyes should be like this size here. So I'm going to draw that in this side. And the other one is going to be a little squished because we're looking at it at the side. So I'm going to draw it like that. Now to get a little more detail in here, this is going to come down and around. I'm going to put the iris, the pupils of the eyes, which are slanted for a cat. Okay, and then I'm going to draw a circle for the highlight, one on either side of the eyeballs. Okay? And then the rest of this is going to be done in color. So, the magic of video, I'm going to switch it out. Now I have just the pencil line, so it's maybe a little hard to see right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my wonderful chalk pastels. I'm going to use that to add the color, and just like when I am using watercolors, I'm going to start with my lightest color first, which our color spectrum will be yellow. If you look at the picture, you can follow along, the picture that I sent you. I'm going to start by coloring in yellow in the eyes. Remember, you can blend a little bit. So quick tip, if you're using chalk pastels, it's a good idea to have some moist paper towels handy so you can wipe your fingers off so they don't get all chalky. And then make sure that you have a dry one as well handy so that you can wipe your hands off. It's not very good to use chalk pastels when your fingers are wet. It'll get all caked on everywhere. Okay, so to continue, I'm going to add some more yellow to my picture. And I think I'm just going to follow along where I see it in the picture, the original picture, because we're just studying this one right now. And then I could bring it down here, it's a little yellow, and some yellow on the side over here. And again, you can just blend that in. Okay, ready to move on to the next color. Okay, we're going to add some orange now, kind of near the yellow. Good spot for some orange. And if you do need to erase, you can do that. Anytime. I'll go with a darker orange now. Okay, now these are all related colors on the color wheel, so I am okay to blend these in. Okay, now that I've gotten the warm colors, I'm going to start introducing my cool colors. We'll add some purple. Now that I've gotten the first layer done, I'm going to add some deeper colors just to bring out some of that beautiful color saturation. The colors have a lot of vibrancy, they pop. So what I'll do now for right now, we're just going to kind of wrap this up by taking a darker chalk pastel. We're going to outline all the areas that are needing to be defined. And then we'll just blend that in a little bit. And then the final thing that we can do is add the white whiskers. Few above the eye. Voila! This is an Expressionist style cat picture using chalk pastels. Thank you for following along today.